Hi everyone, I am Cornelius of Voice Studio East. I'm an authorized CVT teacher and today I am going to talk about curbing. Curbing is a fairly loud vocal mode with a somewhat metallic sound, but also a restrained character that can make it sound light and nimble. This is the mode most often associated with mixed voice, though this latter term is not used in complete vocal technique. The principal vowels available in curbing are oo, o, and ah, though other vowels can also be made compatible with curbing by slurring them a little, which is to say, by directing them towards ah. For this reason, curbing is quite versatile in practice when it comes to vowels, but beginners may still find some vowels more difficult than others. The easiest way to find curbing is to hold your voice back a little, like being about to make a point but stopping yourself. We thus establish a slight restraint, known in CVT as a hold, that consists of squeezing the vocal folds together gently. We can then proceed to sing through this slight squeeze, keeping the restraint in place for the duration of the note. Oh! Another way to find curbing is to speak in a complaining or bemoaning manner, like, I don't wanna. This automatically adds the restrained quality, plus a bit of twang, which will help as you ascend in pitch. While ascending, it may be helpful to transition from a heavy bemoaning quality to a bright whining sound with a larger mouth opening. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. If you have trouble producing the high whining sound, you can try doing a Valley Girl accent like this, and then add a shocked, slightly frantic quality as you inflect higher, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it did that! It helps to be quite exaggerated when making these sounds. Don't be overly self-conscious or concerned about whether you are doing it correctly or not. The important thing is that you really go for it. The Valley Girl accent is useful because, in addition to adding lots of twang while encouraging you to stay loose and flexible, it is also infamously prone to dipping into vocal fry. This is actually a result of the same squeeze mentioned earlier, so a proper Valley Girl accent already features all the key ingredients for curbing. This brings me to my next point. If you did not have any luck with the exercises presented so far, you can try using a creaky onset to find curbing, like this. Oh! Oh! This creaking sound should involve a slight activation of core musculature, which should be maintained throughout the note. It does not do, for example, to make a creaky onset and then let go of all the squeeze immediately after the onset. Ooh! It should instead be kept in place so that a hint of it can be heard in the timbre of the sustain as a slightly tense sound. Ooh! Regardless of the approach used, if the coordination seems stuck and unable to go high in pitch, it is likely due to excessive tension in the abdomen, what is known in complete vocal technique as locking. In the extreme case, the result may be a sound that could be described as constipated or wheezing like an old man. Youngsters these days have no respect! Whippersnappers! Such an approach can still be taken high in pitch, but it is harder to do so and does not result in the light, nimble sound typically associated with curbing. Hence, generally speaking, the curbing hold should be kept quite light. If this results in cracking into falsetto, the solution is not to tense up in an effort to hold on to your voice for dear life, but simply to add more sharpness to the tone through the use of twang. Twang can be found in many ways, such as the Valley Girl accent we just explored, or the various methods covered in the previous video. However, these methods were selected for their suitability when learning edge. This time we will focus on lighter sounds that will be more conducive to the nimble quality of curbing. The yowling exercise is still a great fit. But aside from that, we can borrow the famous nay 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 exercise from speech level singing, which goes like this.
Nay 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 nay.
The key to the success of this exercise is to do it fast. Don't worry if you crack into falsetto. A voice crack will merely elicit an instinctual narrowing of the pharynx, which will provide the twang we are looking for. From here, you can try a similar exercise on go to add more fullness and warmth to the sound, and to prevent it from cracking into falsetto. Make sure you keep a touch of twang in the sound, though.
Go 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 go.
An entirely different approach to finding curbing is to start from edge or overdrive at a medium loud volume, and then to add a crying or sobbing quality like this. Oh! This creates a sound with a character that is more contained than restrained, which is to say, less harsh sounding, making it very suitable for musical theatre, sentimental ballads, etc. But the sobbing or crying quality is not the essential feature. You can also simply start from a loud edge or overdrive, and then reduce the volume by holding back the sound a little, like this. Once you've found this coordination, whether you used the sobbing method or the method involving restraint, you can proceed to explore other vowels. For example, you can close your mouth slightly to produce the O vowel. Assuming you have found a well-coordinated curbing, you should really only be looking for a slight movement of the lips. It might be tempting to hold back even more when using a smaller vowel, but this runs the risk of losing the twang or adding excess tension that interferes with the vibration of the vocal folds. There should be some restraint, yes, but it's a balance, and I find that beginners are much more likely to add too much restraint than too little. With that in mind, let us try to produce a variety of vowels in curbing. Having thus broadened our palette of vowels available in curbing, we can proceed to apply it to a song. We will use the song excerpt I demonstrated at the beginning of this video, but we will lower the key slightly to maximize the likelihood that you will be able to follow along. First, we will set aside the lyrics and practice the song on go, like this.
Go 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 go.
Next, we add the original consonants back in, taking care to shape the vowel as much as possible in exactly the same way as we did in the preceding step.
Of the world was sandong od wonobonax to you. Of the poro was sovo no tomonoth was so.
Finally, we bring the original lyrics back, optionally flipping to falsetto for the high note as done in the original song.
If the world was standing, I'd wanna be next to you. If the party was over and our time on earth was through.
And when returned to the original key with an accompaniment and a bit of plate reverb thrown in, it sounds like this.
If the world was standing, I'd wanna be next to you.
was sober and our time on earth was through. And there you have it, CBT curbing. If you've enjoyed this video, you will definitely want to check out this video too. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.